Ok, ya voy a empezar a grabar, ya lo prendí. So, I'm gonna start this video by telling everyone that my dad has... ¿Cuántas hermanas? ¿Cuántas hermanas tienes? Dos. Two sisters, Araceli and Susanna. And one of the people going back and telling this person things is named after one of his sisters. Well, not named after her, but has the same name. He's over here laughing because he knows what I'm about to do. So, the person who I'm having a problem with has been telling her friends that supposedly what it is her and my dad have a relationship because him and my mom are not together. And they had a relationship going on for quite some time. And it was about ¿qué? ¿Un año? ¿Un año, verdad? ¿2 años? Yeah, like around 2 years. And the thing is right now my dad right now is working on his immigration status and everything. And right now he's also, going through separation with my mom and everything. Like, they don't have the best relationship right now. And I mean, at times they do get along, whatever, but anyways, the thing is like, with us is like, when we were younger, he always taught us, like with me, if you have a boyfriend or whatever, you don't take money from them or things like that. Now, he is grown, and of course I can't tell him anything. Like, that's his business, that's his money, he works hard for it. So he was helping this person for 2 years now when they did not have money. Like, such as helping them pay their bills, helping them with their insurance, helping them buy food for their pets, and helping them with many things, cutting their yard, doing housework, and doing all kinds of things. Mind you, the work that my dad does requires him to stay standing for hours on end. At times he doesn't even have time to sit down, not even to eat, because there have been times when we brought him lunch and he will stand there and eat. And he also, a while back had an incident where he hurt his back, so he still goes through back problems too. Well, this person would tell my dad that supposedly you couldn't do certain things because of their back hurting and all that kind of stuff. And mind you, the only time my dad has as a time off is like on the weekends. So on the weekends is basically the only time he has to be able to relax. And he'd go over there, spend time with them, because of course they were a couple. And he'd still go over there, help her out, help her bathe her pets, and talking her through, helping her do AIs, helping her do many things, taking her to eat, and because she would insist to go out to eat and things like that. Now, this person, just because they're going through a problem and just because she has a problem with me, has turned around telling people that supposedly he doesn't want to help her on all kind of stuff. Mind you, she just had pups that she just went and got deposits on, things like that. And the thing is like, I have noticed my dad is too nice of a person to say anything, but I have noticed like they refuse to eat at home, cook their own food. Now he's used to being like how we are here, and the thing is like, he won't for himself go out to eat unless like he want something from town or whatever, but he's perfectly content eating food at home, and that's what he's used to. And this person, forcibly always wanted to go to eat. Now, when they started getting money, their form of entertainment was going out to go eat, things like that, things that he didn't ask for. But mind you, when he would go over there, he would take them to eat and would be paying, for all the meals. And we're talking at least, breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Like, of course, that person, it's very rare that I would see that they ate anything home. And the thing is like, he does pay my mom. Like, they haven't gone to court or anything, but he does pay my mom child support, and he gives her a good amount of money. And it is like to make sure, because my sister has to have like braces put on, and that's $200 down minimum. Okay, and my other sister has autism, and she requires special things like speech therapy. She has to go to therapy in the afternoons, and she also has to go to a town that's ¿como cuántos minutos aquí de Douglas? Como 45 a una hora, ¿verdad? A Douglas, como una hora, ¿verdad? Yeah, it's about an hour to get to where she has to go. And she's on medication as well, and sometimes her insurance doesn't cover it. So that is why he pays the amount he pays. And of course, children, they'll need shoes, clothes, necessities, things like that. And of course, both of them are girls, so of course they need more things. Now, this person would even sit there and say, oh, he pays too much, or kind of stuff. Like, to be honest, they weren't living together, and he really had no need to help her with bills or anything like that. He did it out of the kindness of his heart. And what was irritating me, and the reason why I'm putting this out here, is because she's making herself out to be the victim and trying to make it seem like, oh, he's so bad of a person. Okay, he's not the one who broke up with her. Like, he is not. She was the one to go call it quits on everything, because she's a very impatient person. Like, and then she would turn around and go tell her friends certain things, like nitpicking every little thing. And then that person would go, and put things over and like make it seem, oh, he's such a bad person. They're still married, like legally married and all this kind of stuff. Now, he had a plan to marry this lady, and had even bought her a ring and everything. And the first time they broke up, he had actually bought the ring, and he said, here, just get rid of it, because she didn't know, of course, that he was going to ask her to marry him, but he was already bothered. Now, this time he was in a catalog and going to buy her the set and everything. And his idea, because he has land in Mexico, was to take her over there. And where he's from is like more of a touristic area. And it's really pretty. People like to go there to get married, things like that, because they have these little pond things that are like pools. And they have like tempered water that's like warm and things like that. Like, it's really nice. And his idea was, to finish his legal situation, get his divorce finalized, and take her over there to meet his family so they could have a wedding there. And basically, have like a type of honeymoon there, that kind of vacation area, because that's a touristic spot. But that was his idea, and that was his surprise to her. But she threw it all away. And it is a really nice piece of land. I've seen videos and pictures and everything, and she wanted to sit there and just throw it all away. And ¿cómo se llama ese lugar que tiene las aguas temporadas? ¿Cómo se llama? que tiene como, ¿qué son? ¿Albercas o son como ríos chiquitos? Como ponds.
Son aguas manantiales de agua caliente.
Mhm.
Pero no recuerdo cómo se llama. Pero es un parque turístico.
Mhm. It's like a touristic part. It's in Hidalgo, no? Yeah, it's in Hidalgo, which is close to the federal district, which is where he's from. And if anyone has ever been to Mexico, that's basically, you know, the big area of Mexico. And it's already a nice place as it is. It's a little more advanced because that's more what they call the city, even though he was more like on the outskirts of it. So more like, you know, what they would call here the country. And that's how he was raised. And he was raised in a certain way, which is like how he implied with us. Like, such as, you know, the way we are and everything. Like, sometimes when I put up a video, I even feel bad because I'm like, oh, the floor looks dirty, whatever. Like, I'll even mention in the video, like, oh, excuse our floors or whatever, because, you know, he's always taught us, you know, to keep things clean. And, you know, even with me, even when I was in my rebellious state, he would always tell me, you know, whenever you get married, to be able to, like, you would need to know things like such as how to wash clothes, wash dishes, clean your house, and cook, things like that. And this person just wasn't doing all of that. Like, she would wash her own stuff and things like that, but she just wasn't. And I understand because I mean it's a different culture, but also that person had implied that these are things that she liked to do as well, and like the kind of life she wanted, and then she would turn around and like just mix it all over. And like now, what's annoying is like how sadistic she is as to go and say things such as um saying just because, you know, my stepdad, he right now had his money and he like put it he had to finish paying off his lawyer and things like that for his status. And she basically was sitting there having a tantrum because he didn't have money left over just to sit there and, you know, give to her. And mind you, she just sold puppy, like I said, so she had money. and and that's the thing, she calls herself investing because she will go buy more dogs. But the thing is like, if you're going to invest, like, of course you need to, you know, put in for a kennel or whatever you're going to do. You can't just have them all in the house all the time. And, you know, I mean, yeah, we do have ours in the house most of the time, but we don't have that many right now. Like right now, mine, I just have Jack, Ryder, and Lizzie, and my dad and my mom. They have Lucy, and who they just inseminated, and you know, it's not really that many because I mean, my mom's house is pretty big as it is. It's 4 bedrooms, 2 baths, so, and it has 2 living rooms. So, you know, they have plenty of space. Like, it's really spacious. So um the reason why I finally just went out and went ahead and made this is because it it's just something I've been wanting to do. I just haven't had time to because I was sick, and then, you know, I just didn't want to put myself like in the middle of it. But it just pushed my buttons when she started saying these kinds of things and knowing what I know. And, you know, when I have the thing, me and her, we used to be really good friends. And the thing is like her saying certain things that can be took back. And her, then when she did wrong, instead of owning up to it, saying like, oh yeah, I did wrong, I apologize, whatever. She tried to flip the whole thing because her and my mom, of course, don't get along. My mom had posted some stuff, and she was sitting there accusing me of things I didn't say or post or anything. And the thing is like, right now, as I'm saying it, you know, like I've said it before, if I have a problem, I'm gonna, you know, say it. Like, I don't like this or I don't like that. And I don't have to hide behind a post and say it. If they come directly and ask me, like, I might make a post sometime or whatever, but if they come ask me, hey, is this about me or whatever, like, no. I'm not going to deny it if it is. So he's basically saying all of these things, and I just wanted to clear the air because not only was he helping her for almost 2 years now with money, he was doing free labor in her house. Like every weekend he would get there, and mind you, it's just her. She has no kids. Nobody lives in the home with her except her dogs. And for her to go to an extent and have basically nothing to do but to be on Facebook all day, getting on my mom's page, reporting stuff, stalking, and then going and throwing it in his face about things that he has no control over. She would have time to do other things in her home, such as wash her own dogs, cut her own yard, this and that. No, she likes to play her "oh my back hurts" card way too much. Like me and my dad, we both have bad backs, but we still get in here and we do what we need to do, clean the house, whatever. And like, I have chronic migraines, and I still, get behind my kids, see to them, see to my dogs, see whatever. And my dad, like I mentioned, he does have back problems as well, and he does the same thing. And like Lucy, on her own, she weighs a good bit. ¿Cuánto pesa la Lucy? ¿Mm?
Como 50 libras.
No, es más que eso.
50
No, eso es lo que pesa el Jack. La otra vez que la pesaron creo que era 70, por ahí. Sí. Yeah, she's around 70 pounds, which is a good weight. And Jack is smaller, of course. He's like 65 pounds. Ryder is really heavy, and he weighs about as much as Lucy, but he's all muscle. And well, Lucy isn't really that much. Like, she's still baby. But when he still has the strength, like, yes, he has more strength because, of course, he works in a very hard-working job. But, that doesn't excuse the fact that that person is home all week. And, like, when they were going to school, they would even say things like, oh, I really like my teacher because they said this, or about me, that this shouldn't be a complete group, whatever, because something that they wouldn't make. I can't remember exactly how it went, but basically saying that they should get married to have help with their income. Okay, mind you, if you're going to school to do something, of course you're going to be paid a good amount because you're going to school for it. You're a professional at it, so you don't really need to. So that told me right then, it was like a hint, like, towards me, like she's wanting a husband to, like, basically take care of her, which my stepdad would have done. Like I said, he was planning on marrying her, but the thing is like, in order for you to get married, you have to be marriage material. And me and my husband, might have problems and things like that. Like, we seriously get into it at times because we might not agree on something. But at the end of the day, he comes, even if it's my fault, he comes in and apologizes and and whatever. But he also knows, like, when he comes home, I make sure he has warm food and a cold drink to have. And because I know very well, like, thanks to him, I'm able to be home with my kids and, take care of them, whatever. And he works really hard. So does my stepdad. He works really hard as well. And, he would go over there to her house and, basically starve until he would say, what, let's go get some to eat. Because we're just those type of people, even though we're comfortable with you, we don't go up into your house and take your food or whatever and get into it. And that's basically all she wanted from him, is like for him to to take her out to eat and give her money that, you know, and then whenever he stopped doing that because, you know, they started arguing more and started having some problems and things like that. Like, now all of a sudden she wants to play the victim. Like, every time that there's a problem, she wants to start playing the victim. Like, oh, I do this and this. Like, she did pay for their meal. ¿Cuántas veces pagó por la comida ella? Como dos, tres veces. No, como dos veces, ¿verdad? It was like around 2 times, I think. I can't be too sure. And you know, he's not gonna be in the camera because he don't want to be mean about it. But you know, I'm just me and him. We never have any problems. So of course, he's not gonna say nothing. But you know, I'm just not gonna let her sit there and say things about my dad. You know, he raised me since I was 9, and I'm not gonna sit there and let her say things like that without me, you know, correcting it. Cause I mean, you don't just sit there and bite the hand that feeds you like that. Like, given, you know, she was doing it on her own for a while, but for her to turn around and flip the script and try to make it seem like, oh, she does so much, and then like, what have you done? Like the other day, he went to go see her, and even though she does things, he was gonna be the bigger person, you know, and humble himself. But the thing is, what pushed me over the edge is that he came home and he was upset. He wasn't crying or anything, like, don't get me wrong. He was just annoyed because they had went somewhere and she had said something about that her license was suspended. And if they saw her, she would get a ticket. Now, my stepdad can just get up and go drive somewhere. He doesn't have a license. And if they stop him without a license, he's going to get deported. That's the thing, because right now well, it'd be a little bit more difficult to just get deported now because, I mean, he's in a process. But, she was just, you know, when it outweighs it, you know, he's getting like the crappy end of the stick if either one of them get stopped, you know. So, you'll have to excuse me if I sound nasally because I was really sick this weekend. I'm gonna hardly get up. My husband took me to eat for Mother's Day. And I'm telling you, I couldn't even hardly get on Facebook. I don't hardly get on Facebook as it is anymore. Because I say busy. But back to this. When she started doing all these things, I had to, you know, back off. Because it is his relationship. There's not much I can do about it. And yes, he was married to my mom. My mom is, you know, my biological parent. But me and my mom, we don't have the best relationship, as to say. We do get along, don't get me wrong. There's times though that we have had horrible arguments and said really mean things to each other. And things, you know, I even took this person's side over my mom. And she just basically, you know, spit in my face. Because I'm telling you, she basically had me thinking she was going to use Jack with her females. And, you know, of course, you know, that's extra money we could have used. So, of course, you know, I was okay with it because, I mean, she's used them before. And, of course, I'm grateful that she took a chance on us. Yes, I am grateful. What I'm not grateful about is whenever she spits in my face. Like, she didn't literally do it, but you know the way her actions did. For her to sit there knowing that my dad is basically, you know, like a full-on parent to me, and he raised me as his own daughter. And for her to say certain things, like, of course anyone's going to get upset. And I could have looked past it, but then she started doing all kinds of other things, just making it worse. Like, I don't know what I ever did to her, but I started noticing she was starting to act really shady about certain things. And I chose to sit there and brush it off, but I really should have just listened to my instincts, because I mean, obviously she was playing me when she had me thinking that she was probably going to use Jack. So obviously she was playing me, and I was too stupid to see it. And she just turned around and used the mail she had there that, to me, was too young. But I mean, it worked out for her, whatever, fine, good for her. But the thing is like, I had, like I mentioned in my other video, I had him, ready to go. And then for her to tell me at the last minute, no, I have this other stud lined up. And then the next time she did it, she said she was using her own dog. Now, I did make a post because, and this is the thing, I guess she felt guilty for what she did, because I had made a post when she did it the first time. I didn't mean it directed to her. I didn't say anything about her choosing another male over mine. All I said, is because around that time is whenever rumors started. The stuff I had addressed. Now, with these rumors, I had, of course, I'm going to defend my business, because I'm not going to sit there and tell people, a sick puppy, like knowingly know it's sick and sell it. I'm not going to sit there and do things like that. And I made sure that my dogs are healthy. So I had made a post and I said something along the lines of, people want to, how did I say it? Something about, people want to, down other people's business and things like that. And something to that effect. And then she got on there and she's like, oh, are you salty because I didn't use Jack? I told her, right then, it annoyed me that she would say something like that when it had nothing to do with her. So I told her, I was like, maybe you feel guilty, like, because I mean, obviously she did, because I mean, why jump on a post that does not mention anything about breeding, does not mention anything about you or anything like that. Okay. From there, it's like she was constantly trying to throw in my face this other dog. Like, she would send me, pictures of him, and then when the puppies were born, like, send me pictures over and over. Like, it's not to be mean or nothing. It's not to be, in my feelings. But why are you sending me this? Like, that's nothing to do with me. Those are my puppies. They didn't come off of mine. Like, I don't care, dude. Like, go post them on your page. Go send them to people. Try to sell them or something. Don't. Which leads me back to this. The dog she had used, I was not a fan of, because he was a descendant of a line that I know is big on inbreeding. And like I mentioned before, I'm not a fan of. Like, yes, I understand, like, way down the lines, like, of course they had to inbreed, to get the species going. But dude, that was years, that were decades ago. Okay? So inbreeding now, that's not necessary. Just get a dog. This is what I'm telling you. Get that same breed with the same characteristics. That's all you gotta do. You can take your female, go online, look for a dog that has those same characteristics. Put up there, you need a stud. I guarantee you the offer's gonna come rolling in. So whenever she turned around, use this dog, like, okay, my mom isn't a fan of it either. My dad isn't a fan of it either. Like, we're just not. So when she went and did this, yes, the dogs came out pretty. I'm not saying that, of course, they're going to come out with birth certificate. They might have it later on. They may not. I don't know. I'm not a fortune teller. I'm not a scientist. None of that. I'm not claiming to be. But the thing is this. You know, they did come out nice. And the reason I'm bringing this up is because of this. Now, out of that, mind you, wait, let me back up a little bit before I say this. Okay, my dad had inseminated her females. All of them. The only one that he did not end up inseminating this last time was the one female that she used with the dog I just mentioned. Okay? And you know, this particular breed can breed naturally. It's not necessary to do AI. It's not. So she went ahead, used this other male. And you know, of course, my dad wasn't happy about it. And you know, the thing is, she was saying, oh, he's part of mine. Or wanting to say like that he was basically part of her business, but wouldn't include him in the conversation. And in anything he said, she would do the direct opposite. So she wouldn't use this male. And she had promised my dad, now mind you, he did not charge her a penny for any of these AIs. Okay? And yes, she did use my mail. But let's clear one thing up. Even he said it. It wasn't my place to pay that insemination fee because it's the female's owner's responsibility. You're making way more money. And she even told me when I told her this, you know, that, you know, of course she was making more money. She's like, oh, let me, correct me if I'm wrong or something like that. And she's like, but you're saying like that, oh, because you have all this money, you should be paying. Like, yes, because it's your responsibility. Just because, you know, we're friends and you're dating my dad does not mean that the rules don't apply to you anymore. I mean, I got pick of the litter. That the money I got out of that, dude, you're making, let's see, out of that litter, like 9 times more. Yeah. And I got 1 puppy out of it. That was a litter of 10. Take 1 away. So yeah, you got 9 times more than what I was going to get. From there, you know, each time he did the inseminations, but like I mentioned, that same female he did the last time. She wouldn't use with them. That was the only time he did not AI. And then this last time with her white female, he that has only a little bit of coloring on her. Now he did the first AI, which I am positive is why she took. Because, you know, he's just really skilled at what he does. So, or the way he does AI. And anyways, she saved this puppy, and it was supposed to be his. He named the puppy and everything. Now, I'm gonna give you an example. When he and my mom started this, they didn't put Juliet, their first female, with any dog that they did not both agree on. The first time, because at that time we did not have Capone. The first time they went to go and find a male, and they both agreed on him. You know, because there was a few other ones, and one would say no, or the other one didn't like it, or whatever. They waited till they found one they liked. They both liked. From there, when the money came in, they spent it on things that they agreed the money should be spent on. And he had actually built a house for them with the AC unit inside of it and everything, which we had to leave behind because, you know, he had put cement into it. It was into the ground and everything. So, and when we moved over here to this other town, of course, we had to leave that there. Except the AC, of course. But, anyways, she From there, she had promised him, this puppy. Named him, everything. Last minute, if say me and Mauricio, say if I go and breed Lizzie and she has puppies and I say, hey, I'm going to give you this one that's going to be yours. Like, don't get me wrong, on all the dog's papers, it's me and him. But if I say, hey, this one I want you to have, it's for you, I'm going to, sign it over to him, and it's just going to have his name on the papers. That does not mean that he's going to go use that dog with a different dog, or go over there to, well, some people know, he has a child in a previous relationship. That does not mean he's going to go take the dog that I give him and go take to his baby mama and put it over there with one of her dogs. No. So this was her problem, is her jealousy over my mom. My mom has a boyfriend. She's in another relationship. Yes, she is still hurt and bothered about how things ended between her and my dad. But, she's in a whole relationship and she's good with him. Of course, she does not like this person because, it's the new couple, and of course she's going to think, that they've been dating this whole time, and of course, blame them. So, which is why she does not like that person. Now, she goes as far as, like going to Zay, stalking my mom's page, and, things like that. Like, and of course, that's when they started having problems because my dad doesn't like that. He doesn't like having things put in his face that he has no control over, like I said. And he does not like whenever people go, looking on things that they have no business being on. Like, she had no business being on my mom's page. Like, at all. And even my mom, when she found out about it, she's like, what is wrong with her? Like, there's something seriously wrong with her. Because then she would say, oh, my friend sent me a screenshot. Okay, well, why don't you tell your friends to back off? Why do you need to know? Because I can tell you, like, my husband and his baby mama, they don't get along. And there was a time me and her didn't get along. There's times we still don't get along at times. But I don't get on there stalking that woman's page. I don't get on there looking for things. Like, no, why? And given, yes, my husband lives with me, and yes, we're in a strong relationship, but they was in a good relationship too. She just failed to see it out of her jealousy. And when she turned around and was like, sitting there stalking her page, of course, my dad was getting fed up. He was getting tired of it. And, he had strong feelings for her because, like I said, they've been together a little while now. So, of course, it's been hard for him, to, like, just let her go. Now, like I said, she was going to give him that puppy, and then last minute told him no. And saying she didn't understand why he wanted the puppy in his name. Like, already starting. Saying, oh, I don't see why it has to be in his name. Oh, and then going around telling my dad, oh, you're probably going to try to put it with Lori's dogs. Or you're probably going to give it to Lori or this. Like, no, my mom does not want that out. Because like I mentioned before, she did not like that male she used. And number two, she does not like inbred. Because she had the chance. Her boyfriend was going to buy her a bully, which is that breed. And she said no because it was from that line. She refused, and they were cheap, like only a couple hundred, and she said no. She said, I refuse. I wouldn't take it if it was given to me. Her exact words. If they gifted me that dog, I would tell them no. I would give it to the pound because it's no good. That was her words. And I had told this girl this. I told her what my mom said. I showed her the screenshot what she said about it being inbred, because my mom she does speak Spanish, and yes, her boyfriend speaks English, but sometimes sometimes the couple say, oh well, She just don't like how it looks. That's why she don't want it. So of course she's like, help me explain to him that this dog is inbred. And then she's like, well, why don't she just explain it to him? Why she needed your help? And then turn around telling my dad basically that I was trying to throw it in her face. Like, no, I'm not throwing it in your face. I'm showing you what my mom said. Because at this time she had already like took back the dog she had promised my dad. Then, and that's not the first time she did it either. And I sat there, swallowed my pride, let her have the benefit of the doubt many, many times, even though it was wrong. I even sat there and let my dad sit there and let her do whatever she wanted. I did not say one word. But now I am at liberty to say whatever I feel. Now, when she did this, like, it bothered him because all she wanted that puppy for, was for the money. Like, I'm sorry, she gets offended when people say things like that. But honestly, what do you call that? Because she went ahead and took that puppy back and came up with the stupidest excuses. Also, she could take this puppy back so whenever this puppy's old enough, so she could stud it. She supposedly was already looking for females to put with this puppy. What was the point of her saying that that's my dad's puppy when he can't say yes or no to the females? Because knowing her, she's going to get any kind of female that looks all scraggly and little, whatever, don't even look good, and probably put it with, just because they're offering her. Like, I hate to say that, but it is what it is. And that's what my dad wanted to avoid. So, he was getting fed up. Now, that's not the first time, like I said. The other time was with Lizzie's litter. Yes, she made the deal. Because I did not know Lizzie's mom's owner that well at this time. Now, they chose to use Jack. I was excited, of course. Me and that lady, we get along really great. Like, she's a really nice lady. And so is her husband. They're really good people. And, despite the fact that me and this person don't get along, and she has known that person longer, she has never said anything out the way to me or anything like that. Now, that female had a big litter. Now, what the deal was, 2 puppies back. I usually ask for 1, but she asked for 2. And the way she got 2 is because, this couple, they were going to keep all the puppies. And, I like to get a puppy back most of the time. And so, if not, if they need to do a stud fee, okay. So, they were going to keep the puppies. And the way she got to it, she said, will you do 2 pics of the litter, 1 for the one that does the AI, and 1 for the stud fee? They agreed. Now, rewind a little bit. Remember, the one who does the AI. Okay, when I met this person, she supposedly knew how to do AI. But whenever she went to go try to do the AI and everything, her and my dad on Lucy, the first time, it's like she wasn't ready or anything. And like the way that she told and everything, I just noticed she didn't know what she was doing. And she tries to say now she knows what she's doing, but really it's my dad. And he sat there trying to teach her too. Like, he said they're trying to teach her so she could make her business grow on her own. Now, the one who did the AI on Lizzie's litter was my dad. All the AIs, he did it. So that puppy was supposed to be his. My mom found out that she was going to keep the puppy. and she did write this, the owner, and she told her, that it was her husband who did it, because I mean they're still legally married, whatever. And of course, the person who I'm talking about, she got annoyed, and she's like, "Oh, why is your mom doing this? She's starting all this drama. She's making them mad and all this kind of stuff." Well, I talked to the lady and I was like, and I apologized to her, and she was like, "Oh, it's no problem." Like, I could tell right away she wasn't annoyed with me. And but what annoys me is like how manipulative she is, and she gets to the point where she thinks that she's entitled to certain things. Like that puppy, she thought automatically that she was entitled. Like, no, that doesn't make you entitled to the puppy. Like, you knew very well that that was his. That was his payment. And you took that away. Then she turned around and she was literally getting mad at me because I wouldn't let her have Lizzie. No, I'm not going to let you have Lizzie because it's my pick of the litter. I go first because, of course, I'm the stud owner. Stud owner gets pick of the litter, either first or second. I got first pick. Lizzie was mine. She was completely white. She still is. And I kept her. I told her no, she had to get another one. So she went ahead and got another female. Now, mind you, whenever she was sitting here having her fit wanting Lizzie, she was like, "Oh, I'm not going to sell her. I just want her because she's so pretty." All this kind of thing. Okay, she got the other female home. And the thing is I didn't want to say nothing. But her female she's got over there kept trying to attack the puppy. Instead of training her female and showing the female she's got the upper hand and she's the owner and they have to listen, she sat there and let that dog sit there and do whatever she wanted. And that's not the first time. She lets that dog get away with everything, and it's not right. So she ended up selling this puppy because that dog didn't like her. The dog that was supposed to be my dad's. Did my dad get a penny out of it? No. Not 1 cent. She caught herself paying him back whenever she took him to go eat a couple of times. And he never asked to go out to eat. And I told her that. I said he would have been fine eating at home. And no. But of course nobody can tell her anything because, she's going to get mad and try to make you see her way forcibly even though it's wrong. And she knows it's wrong, but she's not going to admit to that. So she turned around and took that puppy away from my dad, and that goes 2 puppies now. Now, of course, it's not the owner's fault. Because they did what they were supposed to do and everything. And the one who's at fault is her. And like since then, no. I don't like her in my business. No, that's not right. And she had went and done all that. Like I said, she had that puppy, got the money, and you see that male she had, because I guess it got lost or something, I don't know. Oh, it's another thing I'm gonna address. It's thanks to my male that she even had that dog, has puppy she's got now and everything, because I mean if I hadn't if she hadn't used him, she wouldn't have had a big litter, been able to get that money and been able to go buy another male. And yes, I may be being salty right now letting it all go, but still, she kind of asked for it because I'm sick and tired. And something's got to be said. Now, mind you, one of the puppies, now this same female that's the mom to these puppies, last time when she used Jack, that mom, she went and ate one of Jack's puppies just because he was smaller. So That was my automatic thought when she told me that one of the puppies were missing. And then what made me mad is the fact that she wanted to accuse my dad. Like, how you gonna accuse my dad? We have no way to feed that puppy here. We have, and what are we gonna do with that puppy if it don't have no papers? Dude, come on. And then the daddy to those puppies went missing. I guess he ran off, whatever, from what my dad told me. And she was basically trying to blame my dad, like what is wrong with you? Seriously. Why would he go take your male stud, knowing very well you know what he looks like, knowing very well he does not have the papers to that dog or anything? How are you going to sit there and say that? But of course, nobody can tell her anything, like I said. So even my dad was like, he was mad, and he was like, you know what, tell them if they think I did it, then to let you know in your comments. He goes, and I'll make a video walking through the house. I will show them everything that they want to see, so they see I do not have her dogs. Because it's ridiculous. Why sit there and blame someone who has sat there and helped you and cared about you all this time? You just want to screw them over. Come on, let's just be real. And yeah. So she sat there blaming him for that, and it's wrong. And she knew what she was doing was wrong. No. Like I said, she sat there and blamed him. He let her keep the puppies that were supposed to be his. Did not complain. And he sat there and let her do many things. And let her go wild with it. So, te estoy grabando. But that basically sums it up. If I start to remember things, I'll make another video. But ¿había otra cosa que tenía que decir en este video? No, bueno. Oh yeah, dude, if you're watching this video, quit stalking my mom's page. Like, for real. And then she goes to go tell my stepdad these things as if he can do something. Like, what do you want him to do? Go fight her? My dad has never put his hands on a woman, and he ain't gonna start today just because you having your little jealousy fit. Oh, sí, de Lucy. No. Lucy was inseminated this week. I'm also going to put this out here. It is none of her business. So she has no reason to sit there and ask why my mom's in it or anything like that. It's not her business. Now, if you wanted to be a part of our business, you had the opportunity and you just messed it over. Because whenever you screwed me over, you screwed everybody else over here in this house. And mind you, I've sat there late and took your side many times. And you chose to believe your little friends who are supposedly talking to you, telling you all these things. Now, if you knew what I knew that was said, and I'm not saying it because I want to protect the identity of the person who who showed me what they said, then you would be singing a whole other tune No. But I'll let you sit there and simmer that. Which I don't blame her for wanting to go behind your back for 2 reasons. 1, you're not that good a friend. And 2, you screwed her over too. Because you refused to get a control on your dog. And you let your dog sit there and hurt her son. And you did nothing but sit there and scream. And sit there and cry whenever she sat there and told you about it. And then you wanted to get all upset because their family was, getting onto you about it. Like, many, many times we have told you to quit going and overdoing it with her. Because you sit there and you tend to baby her. Which is fine. It's great that you love her. I baby mine. But mine also know that we are the boss. That whenever we say stop, they need to stop. When we say no, it means no. So, do I blame her for going behind your back and saying a few things? No, I don't. And you really need to start to grow up. Because right now you're just acting like a little spoiled brat. That's all you do. Whenever you don't get your way, you want to throw a tantrum. You get on my mom's page, reporting stuff as if we don't know it's you. You get on there doing all kinds of things like, grow up. I'm telling you. If I had gotten on Mauricio the way she has been doing my dad, I would not be married. Not only would I not be married, I'd be being made fun of in this house whenever he dumped me. Because he would dump me for sitting there acting really dumb the way you're doing. ¿Verdad? Que si yo le hubiera tratado a Mauricio como ella te está haciendo a ti, que desde cuando me hubiera dejado ni estuviera casada yo. ¿Mm? ¿Mm? Sí. No lo voy a publicar hasta que ya. Pues. Como quiera ya me va a tomar como 3 días de editarlo.
Sí, no lo vas a publicar.
But yeah, if I had treated Mauricio the way she has been doing. But I wasn't raised that way because my dad doesn't believe in all that stuff. But he sat there and took it because, he developed strong feelings for her. So he let her buy with many things that he told us not to do. And I don't blame him. Because at first she seemed really nice. She was the ideal person. Because, her saying, oh, I want to be a housewife. Basically saying it like that. Saying how she wanted to be in church and all that and everything. Like, yeah, she seemed like the ideal person. And then, like, once she started getting comfortable, once my dad had feelings, like, that's when she let those colors fly. So, if I remember anything else, I'll make another video. In a few weeks, we should know if Lucy took, which I had an idea to go through that, showing the symptoms, everything like that, if she does take. Oh. But My next video is going to be my story time. So be ready. So if I remember anything, I'll let you know. And if y'all guys want to see that other video, let us know. Ok. Últimamente estoy poniendo mucha drama aquí. Y más que todo tiene que ver con una persona. Y esta es que la segunda o tercera vez que tengo que hacer un video hablando de esto. No, la segunda, ¿verdad? Ya la segunda.
Sí.
Porque como dije antes, cuando empezamos en esto, nunca he mirado de que la gente hacía esto. Que se enojaban porque miraban otra gente ahí
No,
haciendo dinero de todo eso.
y últimamente, no sé qué traen los jugadores, se andan peleando entre ellos, porque no está bien. Yo también, jugador de hace 10 años, y últimamente, jugadores andan peleando. Todos los perros son bonitos, todos los cachorros son bonitos, los jugadores son bonitos. Si estamos en este negocio, pues no nomás somos los únicos, hay un montón de creadores aquí en México. ¿Cuántas páginas no hay de Bulldog que venden? O sea,
La cosa es que la gente ahora como que se empeñan en ser los de los mejor. Y yo entiendo, digamos, cuando quieren consentir a sus perros y que los quieren mucho, pero también hay que tener un límite, como yo dije ahorita, cuando nosotros queremos mucho a los perros, pero ellos también saben que cuando nosotros decimos que no, y ellos entienden. Ahora, la única que batalla ahorita es la Lizzie, y el Ryder ya está empezando a entender. Pero cuando uno no puede ni tener control de su perro, es porque ya no lo debe estar criando. Por uno, por dos, es porque ni le debería tener ahí suelta o suelto cuando hay gente ahí tampoco.
sí, porque hay que educarlos.
No solo eso, si sueltan y le hacen daño a alguien, no solo van a quitar el perro.
Los van a matar.
El perro ya tiene la culpa si no le educaron.
Si un cachorro no está bien educado, y si la persona es delicada, digamos un rasguño o algo sin querer.
Imagínate cuando uno va a una propiedad y si su perro va y aunque le daña el carro, ellos pueden ir a meter la policía. Ahora imagínate si van y atacan a una persona, todavía puede ser peor. Y no es para decirlo de ser culero ni nada así, nomás es de decir. Y también, como dije, como cuando empezamos, ¿sabes? Como dije ahorita, nadie hacía esto de que voy a hablar mal de este perro o voy a ¿cómo se dice? Reportar cosas, decir,
Voy a reportar a tal persona.
no es porque se enojan o no le gusta a la persona o lo que sea. Eso no está bien. Digo, yo no, puede ser que a mí no me cae bien alguien o lo que sea. Yo no voy a ir a reportar las cosas que tiene de venta. ¿Para qué voy a meter con el dinero de alguien?
Y es más, como te dices, pues eso, siendo creadores, andarse peleando que creadores, no más.
Y ahorita es para que ni tuviera que hacer un video de esta drama, la mera verdad. Y la mera verdad va a ser el último video que hago de esto porque cuando ando haciendo esto nomás es trayéndole más atención a esa persona porque ¿para qué?
Es que es mejor hacer un video y cómo crear. O sí hablar un poquito de lo que está pasando con los creadores, un poquito.
Y ahorita nomás hice el video para que sepan lo que está pasando por si acaso escuchan cosas que no son ciertas. Porque pues, si esta tal persona está dispuesta a hacer cosas que a personas que ni tienen la culpa de cosas. ¿Te imaginas con las personas a que le guarda un rencor? ¿Cómo debería hablar mal de ellos?
Sí, intentamos hacer un video en instante, pero un video especial, o sea, tocar lo que es creador y lo que hoy últimamente algunos creadores andan peleando entre ellos y, o sea, no está bien.
Digamos como, ay, mire, un tiempo atrás, es como les dije a ellos, había un comentario de un señor que dijo, ay, tu perro tiene, ¿dónde está su nariz? O tiene la cara muy flat, o estas cosas.
Es que el bulldog varía, a veces a veces se siente mal, a veces no come, y un tiempo de calor no come, entonces hay que tenerlo más cuidado en el tiempo de calor, más cuidado.
Sí, por eso dije también que voy a empezar a hacer el video enseñando, como enseñamos a la Lucy, enseñando y si tomó o no, o si sí, enseñar los síntomas o qué hacer y si cuando ya van a parir y cosas así.
Los síntomas.
Porque también hace falta videos así.
Los videos en los que están peleando, o sea, sí menciona un poquito. Lo mencioné de los creadores, pues no está bien que están peleando o reportándose. El negocio es negocio y hay que respetarse uno al otro.
Yo por hoy este va a ser el último video que hablo de esto. Nomás lo estoy diciendo porque a mí la verdad esa persona ya me trae harta. Pero la última vez que voy a decir algo ay, de esa persona si le quiere seguir. Porque yo no le voy a dar su atención que anda ahí queriendo. Porque eso es todo lo que quiere, es atención y andar ahí haciendo lo que se puede dar.
Said to wait for the right time, and I think tonight might just be right.